British TV show is absolutely mental.
Obviously, I think she's very beautiful. Would you agree she's beautiful?
No.
No.
Hello, you gorgeous donuts. Today, we're going to be reacting to a British TV show called This Morning. Obviously, this show is on in the morning in Britain, so you'd expect it to be a pretty chill show, you know, kind of waking people up for the day, getting people ready for what they're about to do in their day. However, the interviews and the topics that this show covers is like mind-boggling. Here's some of the titles from their YouTube channel. Removing nits with a hoover. Why? Why would you remove nits with a hoover? That's horrific. It was already horrific enough when you used to get that electric, like, you know, the scraper thing, and it would beep every single time it touched a nit. This is even more horrific. Why are you putting a Dyson on it? I slept next to my dead wife for 6 days. Well, I mean, you've got to rate, you know, the wide span of content here. Getting rid of nits with a hoover and sleeping next to your dead wife. Not for 1 day, for 6. I'd like to ask how. How did you not know? Also, who sleeps for 6 days? Someone's very lucky. If I slept for 6 days and still had bags underneath my eyes, I think I'd just give up at that point. Holly can't resist the world's most followed baby. That one's a little bit questionable. Resist, Holly. Resist. It's a baby, Holly. Please. Not on morning telly, not any time. I have a small penis and I'm proud of it. Mood. Can't lie, mood. Right? Put it there, brother. I stand as one with you on this one. It's just, why would you put this on, like, morning telly? I kind of rate the bollocks on him, though, right? That you just go on national telly and just admit having a small penis. Go on, son. Should you give your teenage daughter a vibrator? That's what I want solved at 11 AM on a Monday morning. That's the first thing on my list. I really need to know if I should give me daughter a vibrator. Why are you talking about this? I'm struggling to find who the audience is for this show. Like, I thought it was like 60 to 70-year-old grannies that, you know, have did their time now. They just want to relax before they go to Morrison's Calf. But do they want to know about this? I don't think they do. Was the moon landing faked? It's just so funny. Because why does this exist on the same TV show as someone admitting to having a small penis? It's like, who's really tuning into this morning to find out if the moon landing was faked? Not me. This is not where I want to find this content, if I'm honest. That's like if I started talking about, like, I don't know, like if meteor strikes are going to end the world. It's like, you don't come here for this. You come here for this sort of stuff. Me with a funny hat on. That's what you want. Now, I do want to react to some of the episodes that do intrigue us. I say intrigue us, just kind of horrify us. I'm desperate for my alien boyfriend to propose. Let's have a little look at this one.
Our next guest probably holds the record for...
Jump scare. Christ.
Claims that she was abducted by a UFO, and once on board, she met 5 aliens.
Well, after getting to know...
Oh, fucking hell, man. How at 11 AM. I cannot be arsed for this. Cannot be arsed. Try and have a cuppa. Do some work. I don't want to listen to this. What do you mean abducted by not only 1 alien, 5? That's a little bit of a push. You know, if you're going to lie, I would probably go for like 2 aliens, maybe 3. 5? Okay.
She's fallen in love, and he's now become her boyfriend.
Well, desperate for him to propose, in fact. She joins us today alongside Emmanuel, whose spirit she has placed in the body of the inflatable doll. Good morning to both of you, I guess. Welcome, it's lovely to have you here.
Do you know, looking at her, you wouldn't think that she thought that she's been abducted by aliens. She doesn't give that vibe, does she? And what do you mean you've trapped his soul into a Poundland blow-up alien? Love, I feel like she shouldn't be... Somebody like this shouldn't be given airtime on the television. They shouldn't validate this sort of thing. They should, like, give her some help. Talk to her about what she's been through. You know, what led her up to this point? Don't give her airtime in front of the nation.
Thank you.
Aliens love the show, by the way.
Oh,
They're
good.
watching today. His pals will get into
It comes as no surprise.
Aliens love the show, do they? Do the aliens love Philip Schofield? Well, that's a red flag. I never want to meet them now. What, you tell me, like when they're, like, taking over a planet, they're like, boys, can we delay this until 12? This morning's not finished yet. I need to see how they dress women in M&S clothes.
You're learning so much about humans from the show because you touch on so many topics.
Oh, good. Happy to help.
Yeah,
Phil definitely touches on something.
So he uses the power of his mind. We don't speak to each other. But because aliens are love and light, it's a lot of kind of powerful vibrations.
I mean, she's full of I'm just being honest here. This is bollocks. This is absolute bollocks. I don't want to be mean to her because I feel like she might have been through something quite traumatic, which is like, this might be just the placeholder. Acts as like a shield for it, which is fine. But why have they like got her on the show, man?
As far as I know, see, my boyfriend doesn't want to tell me too much because the less I know, the less the FBI can kind of interrogate me, if you see what I mean.
Wait, your boyfriend doesn't want to tell you too much. He doesn't tell you anything. He said he can't talk. He talks through vibrations. How does he communicate with you? Through Morse code? Doesn't tell you anything. Never mind, not much.
In the alien communities on other planets, it's like a downgrade to come to Earth. Like when they get sent here, it's like, oh no.
They don't really want to.
All right, fine. We didn't want them anyway. We had flex. You're telling me that to downgrade? Are you telling me on a distant planet they have this morning? Doubt it. I very much doubt it, love. Are you telling me on a distant world they have somebody called Bevo? I doubt it.
I'm an actor, and I have an Instagram, and I post a lot of fun stories about my life in London and dating and stuff like that. And I started doing these little sketches, these little jokes about Tinder and Bumble, and how it would be better to get abducted by aliens than to do another date on Tinder.
Well, be careful what you ask for, because
I know.
that's exactly what happened.
So not only do these aliens watch the telly, but they're also on Instagram.
Can I just say, right, even aliens are coming to this planet and getting a lifelong partner. There's no excuse for you. You're single right now. What are you You're getting outperformed by an alien. They can't even speak. They use vibrations. What's your excuse? Huh? Egg on your face. Unlucky. 1-0 to the alien.
I remember just thinking, oh my God, I think I'm getting abducted by aliens. This must be a dream. But it wasn't, because it really happened. And I should have been scared, but I wasn't. And then when the beam they beamed me up to the UFO, and it was just that crew, little spaceship, 5 of them, you know.
Well, okay. This is just the average first shrooms experience, if I'm honest. Okay, let's just say you're correct, right? And let's just say you did actually get abducted. Why would you come on the telly and tell everyone? Surely the aliens don't want that. Surely, like, the aliens want you to keep quiet about it. They've taught you very little for a purpose. In your own words, they don't want everyone to know about it. So why have you come on national television? Surely you're just gonna anger the alien. Now they're gonna come and abduct us all. What are you doing, woman? That's enough of that one. By the way, with every single one of these interviews we watch, the worse they get. The man with Britain's biggest penis reveals his size causes intimacy problems.
Matt has Britain's biggest penis, measuring over 12.
Sorry. Why does he look so sad? It's not funny, because it probably isn't very nice that if you've got the world's biggest one. He just looks so sad.
12 inches when erect, which is more than double. Britain's
How
biggest
big?
penis, measuring over 12 inches when erect, which is more than
12. It's like a foot. It's like a megalodon. Like a British python. I'm sure I've just seen that and I'm a celebrity.
Apart from being a gift, though, Matt's large penis comes with some equally large challenges, and he joins us now to discuss some of those. Morning to you, Matt.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming.
I mean, we're all looking in the same place, right?
When did you first realise that perhaps you...
I'm going to need to see proof. I'm not. I'm joking. That would be awful. Imagine if they were like, I don't believe you. And he's like, right, well, just... Oh, you weren't lying.
I mean, predictably, it was in the showers at school. I think that's when everyone has the first encounter with what anyone else looks like. So I sort of grew up as well before the internet as well, so there wasn't even any real expectation of that stuff. And then had a book that my parents gave me about sex education, and then I sort of compared myself to the book, and I was larger, soft than the book said, what was normal erect at that point. I was like, that is... how do you deal with that?
yeah.
Yeah, as a teenager, it's tough.
Well,
By the way, right, I don't know further in this if it gets more emotional, so I don't want to be too, cruel. But I definitely think he's come on this just to brag. Like, the reason he's come on this is to tell everyone. That's the real reason. He's like, by the way, ladies, right, biggest one. In the UK, just if you're asking, causes issues. Does anyone want to fix me issues? Anyone? Right, just saying it's the biggest one, so it'll be on your CV. Is what I'm trying to say.
Besides the practical issues, I think it does come... A lot of the things people think about, oh, it's more virile, you're more manly or stuff. Again, these are just myths you get because the people who are bragging about it often are... A lot of times people brag about it overcompensating, for example.
This is actually really interesting, though, because, obviously with men, the large majority of men might be self-conscious of, the size of it down there. Like, this guy's obviously self-conscious of it, but from the other end of the scale, I wonder, how that actually feels. Like, if he gets anxiety, if he's with someone, and, it's the first time. That's such a weird... It's such, a shift in mindset that's kind of, it's actually quite interesting. I wonder how people respond to it. It must be whoa! Didn't realise you had the bloody Kraken down there. That's what took down the Black Pearl, wasn't it? All right.
There is... so look, we've got this ruler with us just to try and illustrate. So this essentially is how big your penis is when it's erect.
Fuck off. That can't be true. Please say psych. That can't be. Yeah, that's not right. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. He's like, why are you lying? Why are you lying? Why are you lying for? No, I'm shook. Christ, fella. What? You'll never need to buy a belt again. Just bang. There we go. Pants are tied up. That's shocking, that.
Not something you can really spring on people with a surprise, because it just tends to scare people away generally.
yeah.
Unsurprisingly. But also you don't want to be a creep and bring it up early, but it's how do you
Yes,
find that
how
balance?
do
Because-
you start that conversation?
It's a big topic to broach.
Yes, no pun intended, but it is difficult to be able to
To be fair, yeah, that is actually interesting. If you were just say a scenario, right? If you were going out with someone, would you want to know this? Would like if it was the biggest in the UK, would you want to know? I feel like I would. But then it seems kind of braggy, and then like you need to. But then it's a real shock when it comes. It's a difficult one. It's a tough one. It's a big problem, you could say.
in porn, there's lots of filters being used, lots of, again, it's very small bodies,
Yeah.
like camera angles and stuff, so, and a lot of exaggerations of measurements in that. So when they face someone that's actually that size, it's not what they want.
Do you know what? I'm kind of glad somebody like him has been given this power. Like, imagine if it was like the worst person you know. Like, imagine if an Ibiza final boss had this power. They would wreak havoc. They would end the world with this power. It would be like giving the Elder One to the worst person you know. It's like Voldemort having the Elder One. Him having it is like Harry Potter having it. You know he's going to use it for good. This man is in possession of one of the Deathly Hallows here. Guys, what this is how... What is... Oh, what am I doing, man? Okay, next one. Philip Grill's man who spent £20,000 on surgery to look like David Beckham.
Picking someone the bone structure to work on, because it's going to be...
I mean, look, I'm not trying to... I don't think he looks bad, but he doesn't look like David Beckham. You've spent £20,000 to look like David Beckham, and this is the after photo. What resembles David Beckham here? The hair? But I don't even think David Beckham's got that hair. It's not even faded. You could give us 100 guesses who he tried to look like, and I wouldn't say David Beckham in one of them.
How close do you reckon you're going to be able to get?
I don't know, but it's easier, like another 30 grand, because it's gonna like cost some money, like operation to look like him.
Well, what have you had done so far then?
Oh, this is actually sad. This one, I don't even know if this one's funny. Like, why is no one around him telling them, like, you don't need to look like anyone else. Like, you're fine yourself. You shouldn't want to look like somebody else. Like, you can look as beautiful as your own self, but unique, because you're never going to look better than them. You're always going to look worse than someone else you're trying to be. Whereas no one can look better than the version of you. Oh, all right. We're getting deep now, guys. It's all right. Have that one for free.
I've had cheek fillers, I've had filler in my chin there.
This is sad.
What else? I've had my eyebrow at HD left. What else? I've had my lips, my border. I've had my teeth done. I have tanning injections once a month to try and get his skin tone.
That is so sad. Why would they get this guy on? Because they know that it's going to create so much hate towards him. Also, how do you source this person? This is wild.
Obviously, I'm not slim like him, I ain't got the six-pack, but I do want a gastric band.
And you've been to the doctors asking for a gastric
Yeah.
band. And in your words, you said the doctors have kicked you out.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy. I actually want to... When was this recorded? 8 years ago. I want to see an update on this bloke. I hope he's okay, because this guy is not in a good mental space at all. I'm trying to make jokes about this, but I actually just feel sorry for him. He just has such low self-esteem and, like, low self-worth that he doesn't think his self's beautiful. Like, he's probably struggled with that his entire life, and this is his method of trying to, like, build some confidence. But it's just so toxic, and it's never going to make him happy, because he's always, even if he looked at, like, nearly identical to David Beckham, he's going to focus on the bits that don't look like David Beckham. They actually have another one where they got someone on who spent, like, even more money to look like Kim Kardashian. Oh, Kim Kardashian? Really? It looks now like her. You've got the BG Media eyebrows, man. What's that? You've got the meet us behind the bike shed after school eyebrows. That's not Kim Kardashian eyebrows.
How much have you spent?
I've spent so far £130,000.
Over the course of...
In hell. I don't have any words for that. 130,000. You could have had a house. You could have had a house. Now you just look like Millie B. What are you doing, man? Now you just look like you're about to drop the sickest diss track on Little T. £130,000. How do people have the money for this? Like, surely you've got to be a millionaire to spend that much just purely on your looks. It's interesting because, like, you know, this is clearly a thing that, you know, a minority of people do, but, like, it seems like quite a few people are trying to look like other people. It's quite sad because, obviously, like, social media, Instagram, etc., like, it makes you want to be other people. And it's sad that some people that have a certain personality type will take that to their... like the next level and actually try and pursue it. It's crazy.
I've had neck liposuction, I've had my eyebrows tattooed on, I've had lip filler, I've had cheek filler, I've had smile line filler, jawline filler, I've had a non-surgical thread facelift, I have a full face of Botox.
Do you know, it's this person's body, it's their decision what they do, but it is sad that they feel like they need to do this to keep up with like beauty standards. Like, I imagine before they'd done any of this, they looked perfectly fine. It's just a shame that like social media does this to people, because to be in 130 grand worth of debt just to look like somebody else is one of the wildest things that I've ever heard of. Okay, next one. Ollie and Philip meet Samantha the robot. My God.
She's got AI. She's one of the first dolls with the AI, so you can actually interact with her.
Oh my
verbally
Lord.
And physically, so she's got sensors.
We've turned her off.
Philip does have that effect on women.
Why is this necessary?
Why is it necessary? Well, we believe as a company.
Why has he got his hand on a thigh? Why is he treating her like an actual woman, man? Why is he doing? He's like, oh, don't worry, I've got you, darling. You're all right. What? Oh.
That's the robot. It's not to replace people. We're not trying to replace women. It's not about that. It's as a supplement, like explained in previous interviews. It's a supplement to help people, and I believe it can do that. I think it can help people enhance their relationship.
Wait, have they got like an actual woman on to like combat this? To give an opposing opinion on the woman's robot, we brought an actual woman. I guarantee that's why they've got her on. But it is creepy. A little bit. I hate to shame it, but it is. If you like are asking to bring a +1 to a wedding and you bring Samantha the robot, I'd be like, this is. Yeah, I'm not paying for Samantha. I've not even met her. We're not inviting her at the wedding. She can come in the night time, but she's not coming to the daytime. She doesn't even follow us. She doesn't.
You can talk to her, so you can interact. You can tell her you love her. She'll respond,
and she'll say this:
"I love you too."
And then she might go on to say,
"Do you think we could get more sensual?"
And then,
"I can take many times much more love, just because you can give it. I take it all."
Oh my. Some guys are just too down bad. The fact this guy took his urges to the level where he created an actual robot that will just take it whenever he wants. That's scary. That's actually scary.
Obviously, I think she's very beautiful. Would you agree she's beautiful?
No.
She's a doll. She's a doll. I mean,
oh, he was being dead, genuine and sincere there. He was like, would you agree she's beautiful? No. Oh. How about just, developing a relationship with an actual woman? Because they're going to give you a lot more than what Samantha is. No offense to Samantha, I bet she's lovely. But, no. Right, next one. I woke up one morning and had a thick Geordie accent. What? Go on then.
Imagine going to sleep and then waking up with a completely different accent. Well, that's exactly what happened to our next guest.
Yeah,
surely not.
26-year-old Verity went migrant.
Accent, let's
put in like a few in.
Right. Okay, I'm a Geordie, and I can tell when people aren't even from Newcastle, like if they're from Sunderland or if they're from like Durham. So I'm gonna know if this accent is on point or not, if she's faking it.
So if I just use like a few at a time.
Okay, so this is what you sounded like before.
I don't know. Obviously you know the placement better than me, but it's just so that like you can see a bit more of the blonde in it, and when I'm like, woo, you can see.
Okay, so
Okay, so she's not Geordie there.
What a strange thing to happen.
I know.
To you. I mean, I've read a lot about this before. I think we maybe talked to a couple of people about it before. But just to reiterate, never been to Newcastle.
No, never. I've been to like surrounding areas, but for like a long weekend when I was like 13. So not enough time to pick something up.
And you
it was
say
so
it's
long
completely changed your whole personality?
Yeah, completely. Yeah, completely. Like I'm so much more confident now, and I'm very I think in myself more. I used to be quite a people pleaser. I'd get upset a lot over.
Oh my God, that is terrifying. That is like a Newcastle accent. That is like on point, like everything. Like I know. Like the way she said that, I know. I swear down, my legs have got goosebumps, and it's not just because I'm wearing shorts. It is cold in here, but it's not. That's not why. How is that possible? Like that's not put on.
For myself, I'm very like black and white in thinking now, if that makes sense, which I don't know if necessarily a good thing, but it's definitely improved for myself.
Do you prefer this like new version of yourself?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't want it to change.
Oh my God, gobsmacked. How does that happen? Like one day, like clearly before, she didn't speak like this. How does that just happen? One day you wake up with that. Isn't that mental how the brain works? I'm actually gobsmacked. I don't actually have any words. That is a Geordie accent.
Physically do your old accent now?
No, not at all, no. I can't even like think about it sometimes. It's like a complete block in my brain.
Does it feel like a completely different person?
Yeah.
Brain.
When it first happened, I really struggled with I felt like I'd lost myself, lost my identity. But now I feel like I found myself again,
And I love it, yeah.
So just to go back, so...
I love it. Yeah, I love it. I love Lucas here. It's so good. I actually love this. We've got another one. We're recruiting. The Geordies are recruiting. I can't lie, it does sound better after. I don't know if I obviously am very biased. Imagine like one day though you have a nap and then you wake up with like an accent from Birmingham. Oh God, that would ruin your day. Okay, last but not least, we have the devil, Bonnie Blue. Oh no! Honestly, I would rather have the guy who looked like David Beckham than Bonnie Blue. I make 600k on OnlyFans by seducing students. Of course you do.
I didn't know too much about the industry before I started, and it's as simple as filming videos and putting it online. I guess that...
Isn't it mad that you can just tell people that you're sleeping with like barely legal 18-year-olds and then you get on national television for it? Isn't that like mad, the pipeline? Just say you're doing something that is, you know, borderline illegal and yeah, we'll put you on the telly. Do you want paid for your appearance as well? Like she probably got paid for this. Wild. The world is so mental. You know you're doing something wrong if they're asking you if you're a predator or an entrepreneur. Someone argue the same thing.
So we've been talking, as we've mentioned in the show today, £1,000 a month is upwards, you've let me know, of £600,000 a month.
Yes.
I would change careers for that kind of money.
I would shag barely legals for that kind of money.
Not only did I realise how much pleasure I received from it, but also how much there's a missing gap of educational, you know, content online.
One thing I will, like, give this woman her props for is she knows how to bullshit. She knows how to just twist things and manipulate things. Like, how is she trying to make out that her sleeping with barely legal 18-year-olds is doing everyone a favour, that she's educating? Only her could like twist it like this. This is mad.
You say it's actually one of the safest ways of people having or losing their virginity. Why?
So people say it's unsafe. But I can't think of one situation where an 18-year-old has had by the security on the door, they've had to bring passport, they've had to sign consent forms, they've had to do a breathalyzer.
Right.
And then they're sleeping with someone that's educated and understands the industry. So
now, obviously, I know this wasn't her, and I'm not too clued up on how she goes about it. She said there that she vets them. But we've seen the Lily Phillips one. You know, I did a full main channel video on that. She didn't even know that you could contract STIs, like, through oral stuff. She understands the industry of doing that, Lily Phillips. She didn't know that. So, like, she's clearly not educated, and this isn't a safe way to do it. Bonnie Blue does the 100 guys in one night thing too. Is that a safe way? Is that really the safest way to lose your virginity? I would argue against that, personally.
It's the fact that you use terms like barely legal. You say that you're babysitting for kids, I think is a word.
No, I've never used babysitting.
Sorry, babysitting for adults. You did in a podcast with Lottie Moss.
But it's like the barely legal. That's...
Gets in! See? Now we've got some big guns in play. You did, actually. So don't lie. You did, because you did it in this podcast, and I've referenced it. I've referenced it, actually. Go on, love. Now, I've watched a little bit of this interview. I've just skipped through it because it's just kind of, like, trash. But she keeps reiterating the fact that she's educating these people, and I doubt that she is doing that because they only get, like, 2 minutes with her, don't they, in these, like, 100-guy videos. Is she really going, by the way, right, if you lift the leg up like this, we're really like that. By the way, if you do it this way, it's really... I doubt she's doing that. It's not, like, educating at all. No matter what reason she gives, like, I don't know why she's trying to make out as if she's a good person for doing this. And this morning, getting it on is just wild in itself. Anyway, if you would like to watch another video from me on this channel, click this video right here. Go on. And also, if you want me to make this a series, because they have so many videos and so much content to react to, 4,000 likes on this video and we'll do it. See you later.
Kirkham, baby.